Okay, so this is a video going to show you how to switch out the original navigation unit for an aftermarket stereo. I have not found a lot on how to do this, and I'm trying to research and figure this out as I go. So to start off, you're gonna need a new climate control. I got this one from eBay. This is a US climate control, and I have a European car, and it works completely fine. You're also gonna need a frame for your new radio. You should also get a new ventilation, because if you put the original on with the navigation, you can see you have this gap. You can make something yourself or just have the gap, but I just bought another one, and I just wrapped the wooden trim piece for some matte black vinyl, because the wood behind this didn't match my original. It was a lot lighter. So to start off, you're gonna take out this in the middle, the wooden piece. It's really easy. It's just some clips right there on each side, in the front, and all the way in the front. You just pry up from the side with a screwdriver or a plastic tool, trim remover tool, and you just disconnect these three connectors from the back. Here, as you can see, the clips on the back, and here are one connector, the other one, and you have one behind here. Then you're gonna need to take out the vents, and there's clips on each side. What you do, you just put a screwdriver in the vent and just hold it open and pull the vents out. Then you get access to one bolt here and one bolt here, and then you can get to the bolt here and on that side to take out the original radio. When you've taken all the screws out, you just unclip all the connectors. There's one here, three here. It's four, but I only have three connectors in my car, so. And you take out all the connectors and the antenna. Then you have the original navigation out. Here you can also see, here's the connectors. The white and blue one is for the navigation. The three gray ones is for the climate control. The three white ones is for the radio. And you also have the antenna. Since I didn't find a lot on how to do this, I thought this was going to be easy, because when I unplugged the original navigation, you can see there's just these two connectors is the standard Toyota stereo plugs, as I thought, but it's not. Or the connectors are the same, but they're pinned different. So usually this little one has the rear speaker signals, and the bigger one has the front and power, ground, and everything. So I'm gonna show you how to make a harness to go from this to your new aftermarket radio, to get that to power on. But we have to run RCA cables from here to under the seat, passenger seat, and we're gonna have to do some wiring there as well. I'm gonna bypass the original amplifier and put another one there. I'm gonna show you how and which one I'm gonna use. Your factory sub will not work, but I'm gonna have a aftermarket sub put in the same place as the original one, and just put a new amplifier, so we're gonna have all working speakers. I should also say that you don't need another amplifier to power your speakers. You can just bypass the original one and just use your aftermarket radio's amplifier. And if you want to try to get your original amplifier to work, you can try and figure that out yourself. I can't figure it out, so I'm just gonna bypass it and have two amplifiers instead, aftermarket amplifiers, one for the speakers and one for the sub. So now I'm gonna show you how to make the wiring harness to power up the new aftermarket stereo. At least here in Europe, we get this harness when we buy aftermarket stereo, and this plug goes into the back of the stereo, and then you have this universal ISO plug, as we call it. I also bought this harness. It's a standard Toyota stereo harness, and I just depinned the two connectors, and we're gonna pin these connectors with the right wires, because the connectors in the car are not the same as these plugs, so they will not just work out of the box. And if you're wondering how to depin this connector, you just take a small screwdriver and lift up the small tab you can see in each connector hole, and you just pull out the wire. So to power up your head unit, you're gonna take this small plug. This is where your power, ignition and ground is. So I have already pinned my radio harness to the correct wires, and I'm going to show you the wires. The wires you're going to pin into is, for accessory, it's from the original plug, it's the gray one. Constant power is the red one, and the ground is the brown one. You can either make like my harness here, that's just plugs and play, or you can splice into the wires. That you can decide for yourself. I have not wired up illumination and the power antenna. I can't find out how to do that, but you really don't need that, so yeah. So after that you can find out where you want your microphone. I've just placed mine here for now. Also place the GPS for the aftermarket radio, and also wire up where you want your USB. I just ran mine into the glove box. So, and on my radio I have to wire up a parking brake wire, so the radio knows when the car is parked and everything. But I'm gonna bypass this just to a switch. So all you do is run a switch in between this and just a ground on your car. So next is gonna be run RCA cables from the radio to under the seat. You can find how you're gonna do that yourself. So to get to your original amplifier, you just move the seat all the way forward and all the way up, and you're gonna go to the back. There you're gonna find this vent. You're gonna have two plastic covers. You're just gonna pop them out, and there's two screws under there. Then you're gonna get to the amplifier under the seat. Just unplug all the connectors. There are gonna be two bolts on each side, and your amplifier is out. Okay, so now for the wiring under the seat to get your speakers to work. I bought this amplifier. I bought this because I can use the factory wiring. I don't have to run an additional power cord to this. I also bought this harness. It plugs right into the factory wiring under the seat, and it has all the wiring color coded and what they do, so you don't have to find out which wire is which. So as you can see, here's the wiring harness I bought. It plugs right into the factory harness. I have also soldered a wiring harness for my new amplifier. If you're not gonna use amplifier, you're just gonna run speaker wires from here up to the new head unit, and you will also have audio in your speakers. If you're gonna run another amplifier, you need also to run with your RCA cables a remote cable, because you're not gonna find an accessory wire down here that can power on the amplifier. But now, when you have all the things wired up, you should have working speakers, and all you have to do is just tuck everything under here and put back all your interior.